Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Magical Mystery Makers Live June edition. Look at these amazing faces that we have right here. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
I saw Deb shared this. Deb shared this event earlier today, and Cassandra Spicer came on to say, like, wow, that is a fun group of girls. And I could not agree more. Meredith, Danielle, Deb, how are you guys? Welcome.
Good.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
It is, it's like the more we get together, the happier we'll be. And I really enjoy hanging out with you three. Meredith, Danielle, Deb, I know you three have got a lot going on in your daily lives, with your work, with your designing, with personal stuff. And I'm just so grateful that we can take an hour, like in and around an hour, to hang out together. So from everyone on the Jesse James Beads crew, thank you for being here and sharing your time with us.
Thank you for having
you. Always fun.
So I know that we've all had a lot going on. Meredith, what's been going on in your world? I know that you had a trip. Like what's been happening?
Oh my goodness. So I am just posting us to the Joy You're Making with Beadle on Facebook page right now. I just hit send. So I'm here now. I'm paying attention. Yeah, it's been crazy. Actually, just even today, I've been in all three of the Beadle on offices. I was in my office this morning where I spend time. Then I was in our warehouse office, and now I'm in the home office. So I feel like need to take a moment and center myself. But in addition to the crazy tour of Beadle on offices, I was traveling overseas, and it was so much fun. And I looked for bead shops wherever I went, but I did not find any. So that was kind of a bummer. But the beading spirit was definitely with me the whole time. I'm so excited to be able to spend time this afternoon with three of my favorite beady friends. This is wonderful. I cannot wait.
That's awesome, Meredith. And like nothing like, whether you find a bead shop on your trip or whether you just like or you're just enjoying where you're at, like it's so inspiring to get to travel and to, be in other places.
Yeah, if people have not had the opportunity to go to Rome and Venice, I highly recommend it. We did a couple of Greek islands as well, which was fantastic, but Rome and Venice were just where my heart really just overflowed with wonder and amazement for all of you're just walking down the street and there's a ruin that's been there for over 2,000 years. Like the perspective that we have as Americans, we just can't even fathom that kind of history.
That's so cool, Meredith. And you know what? It takes me back because the Magical Mystery Bead Box. So that is why we're gathered here today, is to unbox and to create on the fly with the Jesse James Beads monthly subscription box, Magical Mystery Bead Box. And our February box was all Mediterranean and very like La Dolce Vita, living like the fine life along the Mediterranean coast in Italy. So that feels very full circle that Meredith just came back from Italy, and here we are having her live to do some magical mystery creating. Super cool.
Yeah, I definitely lived the good life for sure.
Woo! How about you, Danielle? What's been happening in Danielle Wickes' world?
Lots of fun stuff. My boys just got off school, and so we've been just enjoying summer, playing in the water, going to the lake. My oldest is learning guitar, so I get to have guitar serenades while I do my beadwork. It's been a really awesome week so far. And last week was a play and a graduation, so it's just been a lot of like that stuff, and then lots of beading, lots of making bead mixes and just playing and stitching stuff up. So yeah.
Yeah, in addition to like traveling, like our family and our little ones are so inspiring as well. And how cool that one of your sons is learning how to play guitar, another art form. That's awesome.
It's really cool. It's really neat. I love seeing how he's just growing, and he's 11 now. I can't believe I have an 11-year-old.
I can't believe you have an 11-year-old either.
It feels so weird. It's like he's going to junior high. So this was his 5th grade graduation. And he was he sang during the both the commencement. There was a song, and he was the loudest singer. They had a play, and he had a solo in the play.
Wow.
That is a proud mama moment, Danielle.
I know, I was like
very happy with you. Look at her, she's just beaming.
It's been fun. but I've still had lots of time to get the beading in there. So I've made some beautiful things.
And
including
we're
something
really
today.
grateful for that, Danielle. So Danielle, Meredith, and Deb are all 3 summer camp counselors, and we'll get to that in a minute. But just like the creations that come up from you 3 women just never ceases to inspire me. Deb, you're in my Facebook feed probably every single day. I like wake up and I have my coffee, and it's like, oh, there's something new from Deb Loves Jewelry Designs. Deb Loves Designs is at it again. Danielle or Deb, how do you do it? You're just inspired and coming up with some cool things all the time.
I don't know. It just kind of happens. I think it's stuff that like literally was pent up in me for years. Like all of my creativity when I was working in corporate America was pretty limited because, you know, my brain was full of corporate speak and, you know, meetings all day long. And now that I do this full time, 2 years now, that's what fills up my brain now. All the ideas just come and I can't stop it. And sometimes it's almost like I leave my studio and I can't stop thinking about something, and I'll run in here and like do something really quick or draw a picture really quick because it just keeps coming. So I just hope that never stops. Like I hope it doesn't like disappear one day, but I'm going to go with it as long as I can.
I feel like creativity is like a muscle, and I think Danielle and Meredith will agree. Like creativity is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So it's like, yeah, keep those good ideas coming and keep sharing them with us because you're so inspirational, Deb. Like you're fun to be around, you're fun to learn from, and we're just so happy with us amongst. I say we, as in me, our team at Jesse James Beads, and the whole Jesse James Beads community. We're so happy to have you to learn from, inspire us, and Danielle, you and Meredith as well. So, ladies, snaps to you all.
Snaps right back at you.
Right back at you.
Well, we've had kind of a lot going on at Jesse James Beads as well. Like, I feel like I've earned one of those shirts from like the Taylor Swift Eras tour where it says kind of a lot going on right now. Have a lot going on right now. Today in particular is a really big day. So not only are we doing our Magical Mystery Makers Live, this particular box itself, the Octopus's Garden, is available over at jessejamesbeads.com. So that's exciting. If you're not yet a subscriber, you can get this box that we're about to unbox at your new subscriber rate. So if you sign up for a 12-month plan, you can add on this box that we're going to look at right now at checkout for the same price as your subscription. So that's one thing that's cool. Another thing is we have a new collection that's dropping today. It is called Greetings from Sunshine, USA. It's either going to be live like now or like at the end of this show. So you have to go over to the shop and check that one out. The vibe is 1950s beach. So like think Florida, Miami, Orlando in the 50s, surfs up, beach bums, like just beautiful. And last but not least, I've been really excited today. So if I sound like I'm rambling a bit, it is because I'm like just very, very happy to be amongst our 3 amazing designers that are not only incredible designers from our jewelry making community that we know and love, but these 3 designers are also summer camp counselors for JJB Summer Camp 2024. Yay! Summer Camp is our online jewelry making event for the summer. It is our virtual retreat where we all head to the woods from our jewelry benches to take 10 classes and be silly and learn new things. And Meredith, Danielle, and Deb are all teaching at camp this year. And I couldn't be more excited than to have you 3 amongst our crew to be teaching our campers this year.
Of all of the workshops that we do, summer camp, I think, is my most favorite. It's just such a fun vibe, and it just feels like being at camp, but we're all in our own places with our own things going on. But to be able to come together in such a fun virtual way is this the 4th year now, Sarah, or the 5th?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. Yeah, it's so much fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And I can't wait to see Danielle and Deb's projects.
Very, very exciting. All of our designers this year for summer camp put together the projects like in the past, it's been like, we'll send the beads out. It's like, this is the kit. Can you create something with this, please? This year, we did it the opposite way. We're like, okay, designers, what would you like to work with? Okay, let's find that. All right, we can't get that exact chain, but like, how about something like this? Does this work? So that's why you haven't seen Deb's project yet, but it's coming. And Danielle's project, she came up with this beautiful sunrise color palette of John bead beads. Oh my gosh, there it is. Wow. With a custom component that was designed by Danielle Wickes herself.
Oh my gosh. Love it.
And this color palette of beads that Danielle put together. I was like, what if we did like sunrise meditation? Because seed bead stitching can be kind of meditational. And Danielle, you did such a beautiful job. Look at this bracelet that we're going to get to make at camp.
Well, thank you so much. I enjoyed making this. It was a meditative, joyful stitch. Just to sit there and watch that all flow and just come together. And it does look like a sunrise or a sunset.
It does.
Beautiful colors.
So Danielle's project is sunrise and Meredith's is sunset. So we'll be doing
that's right.
seed bead projects with these two ladies right here. And I'm just so like to the moon to be able to learn with you all, and for our summer campers to be able to learn these fantastic projects that you've so delicately and with so much heart put together.
Sarah, you'll be happy to know I sent Danielle the photo of my project today. I don't have it. I left it in the office. I don't have it live to show. I could share a picture, but we'll keep that. Well, maybe we'll keep it a mystery.
Yeah, we'll get it posted later. That's all right. And this is like, and Deb's project is a sketch right now. Look at this. We're going to do Deb's project 2 different ways, either asymmetrical if you're adventurous like that, or symmetrical if you just know what you like and like things to come to a point. So I'm so excited for the very, very wide variety of projects that we have coming up, and to have you 3 with us for this event.
Thank you. I'm excited too.
For having us.
So, all right, that's about summer camp, guys. You can find out about summer camp. You can find out about Greetings from Sunshine USA collection over at the Jesse James Beads page, Jesse James Beads website. Also, we have this, our Magical Mystery Bead Box from the month of June. So this box is available for retail purchase, and I am going to just solo highlight my camera for a second here, so we can do a little bit of unboxing, and then we'll have our 3 fabulous designers, our wonderful friends, get into doing a little bit of creating. All right, so this is Magical Mystery Bead Box for the month of June. The theme is the Octopus's Garden. Does everyone know the song Octopus Garden by the Beatles?
I've had it in my head all day, Sarah. It's one of my
Thanks
favorites.
for the earworm.
Yeah. Some of our team members had never heard of it before.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know,
I
well,
feel
they know
so
it now. But Octopus's Garden, Yellow Submarine, the Beatles, so great. So our theme for this month, we always have a theme for the Magical Mystery Bead Box, is underwater, aquatic, just beautiful colors that you'd like to use in the summertime, with just a little bit of a fun twist. On the back, you can see we've got a glass bead strand. We've got another strand in Sea Turtle Reef, another strand in Whirlpool, mini bead strand in Blue Ringed Octopus. Oh, I love that one. We've got a bead mix, another bead mix, another bead mix, enamel bead set, some chain reaction, and this cute little octopus pair. There's a QR code that'll take you right to the website. This comes in every single Magical Mystery Bead Box. We have one of our amazing designers create 3 videos for you. So as soon as you get your box, you can start creating or just get inspired or what have you. And then, of course, you can see us live. That's us today with Meredith, Danielle, and Deb, 626 at 3. Yep. All right, let's look at these beads. Ooh, oh my gosh, look at this one, this bead mix. Is it taped? Shiza.
You know what I found is the best way to get those tape to release is by using a beading awl.
Oh, okay.
That's my pro tip that I wanted to pass along to everyone, because I imagine people are taking scissors to it or a knife or something that might not be as safe. I can't do it with my fingernails. But if you use a beading awl, it just slices that tape right off.
Pro tip.
Pro tip. You heard it here first. All right, so we've got the bead mix and saltwater kisses. Then we've got another bead one in jellyfish fields. Oh, this one's so cute. One second. I'm gonna get them all out and then I'll tear it into like one or two and then we'll go creating because we're already 20 minutes in here. All right, next up we've got another bead mix in Mariana Trench, which is actually a very, very deep trench in the ocean. That's why we used all these dark, beautiful colors. Bead strand. This one is Sea Turtle Reef with our sequined big bauble in the middle and these really pretty lampwork glass beads studding along the sides. Oh gosh, this is so fun. Look at this. These are so pretty. It's the kelp forest. It almost looks like it says help forest, which would also be another good Beatles reference, but let's see what, oh gosh, look at this one. How beautiful these beads in Whirlpool. I feel like this one wasn't listed on the card. It's like a bonus strand. These really beautiful, milky beads here. Love that. The next one, we've got the Queen Parrotfish enameled beads. We have these custom enameled for this box so that they would match so beautifully. There's two, almost like they could be bead caps. You could string some of these little bitty 2mm beads down from them. That would be kind of neat. And then there's these mother of pearl connector pieces with a little bit of a mosaic. And these parrotfish beads. Aren't they so cool? I wasn't sure how they would look in silver, but it's because I probably love gold too much. But they turned out so cute, the enameling.
I'm going to use those for my Mondegreen bracelets, Sarah.
Like conversation in our household right now. Oh, Meredith and I get the joy of being able to see each other this summer to go do a little bit of music.
I cannot wait.
Favorite band. Yes. Then we've got these two little octopuses. Look how cute they are.
So cute.
They're adorable. I love these. Leanna Sue says we need more silver. Noted, Leanna. Word.
I'm with you, Leanna.
Okay, next we've got the blue ringed octopus. These are gorgeous abalone shell beads. They're all a little different. They're like snowflakes, so unique with their markings. Well, Cynthia's saying that she absolutely loves this box. Me too. And honestly, the cool thing about Magical Mystery Bead Box is I feel like they like legitimately are getting better and better. Like one box is this box is so great. And then the next one that's coming out, that one's about to, we're about to be just completed with the next box. And that one is so cool for summer also. So if you're a subscriber, I think you know, or if you're one of our Magical Mystery makers that we've got live here, you guys know it. These boxes are just like, they're so full of abundance and color and inspiration. And we like to give you a little bit of everything to be able to work with. Not only do we have these beautiful beads, but Nilay Patel, Nilay does silver silk every single month on his website to coordinate and match these bead boxes.
Love
and
that.
along with his silver silk, he also does like 3 or 4 tutorials. So you get the 3 tutorials that comes with the QR code back here. You get to hang out with the Magical Mystery Makers once a month right now, like we're having right now. And then you get the recorded videos from Nilay as well. It's like so much abundance of like creativity and design ideas and tutorials and just like really, really, really neat beads. So yeah, that's this month's box. If you do not have this box yet, if you aren't a subscriber yet, like I said, you can go over to jessiejamesbeads.com and pick a subscription plan once a month. There's sign up for 3 months at a time, 6 months, 12 months. You get extra discounts the longer you sign up for. And then at checkout, you have the option to add this box or any of our other past boxes that we still have available to your cart for the cost of your new subscription rate. So if you sign up for 12 months, you can add this one to your cart as well for the 12-month rate, which I believe is $39 a box. So that's
a nice promotion.
Thanks, Meredith. Yeah, I think so. Because it's like we get, you come on and you watch us unbox and it's like, oh, I want to subscribe, but I want that one like now. Well, we can make that happen. Ask and you shall receive. So let me remove my solo spotlight here. And I'm just going to remove this one totally so we can see everyone. All right, now we're all back in action. So what do you guys think? You guys want to feel like doing some creating? Meredith, Danielle, Deb?
Yeah. I love just looking at the difference between Deb Floros and I. If you look at our workspace.
I haven't even opened.
Cannot. Like the first thing I do, and I did this in the office.
Yeah.
This morning, I made a couple of examples and then I packed everything up. I brought it home. I somehow forgot one of the packages of beads, but like when you were talking and setting everything out, Sarah, I had to do it again. Like, everybody needs to be with their friends and not mixed up.
So Meredith, are you an asymmetrical or a symmetrical beater?
I'll give you 3 guesses, Sarah. I've tried so hard recently. It's one of my challenges to myself to be an asymmetrical beater. And I've because like you were saying, like if you flex that muscle, you get a little bit better at it. But it is always my inclination to go right back to symmetry.
You know what? She knows what she likes.
I like that.
Okay, let's go down to each other's mats. I'm gonna do a little bit of solo highlighting so we can see what our designers have working on. Meredith, you were telling us about your friends, hanging with your friends. What do we got going on over here?
So this is most of the mixes all sorted out.
Ooh, okay.
But this morning, don't tell the managers at the office, but during the managers meeting, this is what I did. I made some and what I like to do is I put them all out like this, and then I look to see who's speaking to me, who's calling to me, who kind of is sparking some interest. And actually these were the first ones that I made. These were my absolute favorite beads in the entire set. They're these little, they remind me of the little octopus from Finding Nemo.
Oh,
I can't remember his name right now, but it's the little baby octopus that Nemo goes to school with.
You guys made me ink.
100%. They're so stinking cute. If it was pink, he's pink, right?
Yeah.
But that's the exact same shape. So I decided he needed some earrings of his own. So that's what I made to start with. And it was fun because the hole down here is kind of big. So I did a knotted head pin in order to be able to just pull that through. And I gave him a little hat because I thought that he could use a little hat. And on top of bead caps, I always like to put an extra bead just to pull up that extra space in there. And then the chain reaction, I tell you, Sarah, you guys just hit it out of the park every single time. It is such wonderful, beautiful chain. And I did, I took the links that had the beads on them off for this one. But apparently I'm really into long dangly earrings right now, even though I can't wear them myself. Because then I made this pair with my other second favorite bead from this whole mix. You had mentioned you had specially dyed these guys.
We especially enameled them.
Enameled them. And again, I
Right.
pulled up one of the things that I'm kind of really focusing on right now is the construction of jewelry. Like whenever I see something out in the wild, I always need to see how it's been made, right? And so here what I did is I actually pulled one of these beads inside to pull it to take up that space. So wrapped loop, then this bead to pull it through to the top, because otherwise it would be all wiggly around in there. And once again, chain reaction, love it, love it, love it, love it, all of the loves for it. And then the third pair that I made when I was paying really, really close and important attention in this meeting, these guys, the briolets, sometimes I put them aside and I don't use them even though a briolet wrap, once you master it, is pretty darn easy.
Mhm.
And I loved how, because these purple beads have larger holes, they actually slid down over the wrap. So you can't even see the wrap there. It's just like those little tiny design, functional design elements that I'm kind of playing around with now. That gave me some fun little moments this morning as I was, like I said, paying rapt attention in the meeting that I was in. So those are the things that I've made so far, but I also love how you can really see all of the different components that are included in the bead box once you have them sorted out. That's one of the things that is really helpful for me as I'm designing is kind of taking the elements from the amazing boxes that you have and then seeing, kind of putting them out and then seeing who's calling to me to be used.
Wow, I love the designs that you came up with, Meredith. The tassels at the end of the enamel flower drops are so cute. And those briolets are just so very sparkly. I was able to get I just opened up the bead mix, the saltwater kisses that they came from and poured it into a dish myself. And those, they sparkle and shine. Those glass beads are so, so darn pretty. Wow.
They're done really, really well. Like some beads that you get out in the marketplace kind of wouldn't sparkle as much as these guys do. But the
Yeah.
way that they're faceted and the way that they're cut, I mean, even in, the kind of dingy light down here in my studio, you can tell that that they're really, really special.
Super pretty. I love that. Danielle, what's been happening on your table over here?
I'm just creating. So earlier I made what looked like kind of like a little seaweed bracelet, and it was so fun to put together. I just took a lot of the beads from several of the mixes in one of the strands, and then I made little dangles, and I just went to town. I just started creating, and they are strung on 3-needle chain.
Wow.
And then I just glued them in to little end caps there. So this was just a joyful make. It was just fun to just see all those beads together, and it looks
Danielle,
really beautiful.
what did you use to glue? What kind of glue did you use?
For the connection here, I
Yeah.
am using some Loctite.
The Loctite? Yeah, that's a good one.
Just because I'm impatient, I wanted to wear it. And then I have 3 ideas right now, and I'm having trouble with like narrowing down what I want to do. The first idea was I wanted to do another. I'm actually kind of thinking this is either going to be charms or fringe, and then I'm auditioning beads for the top, just trying out different ones to see which will be really cute. And then I'm picturing something like this as a colorway with these beads mixed in to just like a beautiful fringe coming down. And I was just going to go crazy with like seed beads, just any colors. But I felt like these colors particularly really called out to me with these mixes. And then I was also even thinking maybe of putting, I love what you did with your earring, Meredith, where you put the dangle coming out of this cap, and it got me thinking that would be fun for fringe too, wouldn't it? Just like, and then having little decorative beads.
I ran out of time, but I wanted to have more than one dangle do coming out of there. But you know how it goes.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. It's like I need about 10 hours just dedicated to seed beading every day.
Yep. It is not an instant gratification technique, but it is a gratifying technique.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So that's where my mind is going right now. I don't know what's going to happen in the next, minutes here on the mat, but we'll see what I come up with.
I love, Danielle, what you've done is that like Danielle took like the blue and the purple and the very like aquatic color palette that we have in the bead mix, or in the like the box overall is like very big blues and purples, but the art card has got like those orange octopus in it, and she used that as inspiration to like pull her own seed beads in from her stash to use along with the beads that were in this kit to just come up with another colorway that was totally unique and one of a kind.
Well, thank you. I'm just having so much fun.
Always. Yeah, I always have fun just seeing what you make. And the 3-needle chain looks really cool too.
It is really cool. I'm kind of addicted to playing with it right now. Everything I make, I find a way to use it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun to work with a new stringing material. Like it's always fun to get new beads, and then a new stringing material just like pulls it all together sometimes.
Exactly.
Deb looks like she is hard at work over here. What's going on with Deb's mat?
Well, I pulled out the Mariana Trench bead mix, and this has all kinds of fun little things. And I fell in love with these little tube beads,
Yes,
which I believe are shell, right?
Mother of pearl.
They're so pretty, and the colors are beautiful with these little purple crystals. This shape is really, really fun. I haven't seen those before. And the metal shell beads are so cool. And then I grabbed a couple of these little faceted squares. They came from Saltwater Kisses, which is so sweet. I love that. And I got excited about these two beads kind of side by side.
Oh.
So this is what I did. So I've got some 24 gauge artistic wire, and this is kind of my my gauge for this kind of a project. So it's really easy for wire wrapping, and I've got some round nose pliers. I'm just putting the plier kind of sort of midway in the wire, and I'm pushing it up and giving myself a nice smooth end of my component. And then I'm putting a tube on each side of the wire. And this, is not a perfected technique here, but it's a way for you to get your two beads side by side. And then I'm taking some fine chain nose pliers and crisscrossing the wire and getting those guys to stay next to each other, pushing that across, and then pulling one of the wires up and twisting the wire around. That one wants to come apart. And then I'm just going to wrap around, just do a few wraps. And then I'm going to make a loop so I can connect this at both ends. So I can connect it here. And then I can also do a loop and connect it with my loop. So it's, it's not the same at both ends, but I like that I've got ways to connect this component on both sides. And the tubes can kind of move a little bit, which I think is kind of fun. You get some movement in there. And then you can just attach it to the next part of your bracelet. So I'm thinking I'm going to put something in the center. So I've kind of been into lately, if you've seen some of my JJB designs, you've seen I've kind of been putting tassels in the center, but I'm going to see what else I can come up with all this deliciousness to create kind of another aspect of this center of the bracelet. So that's going to be my next step here in what I'm doing.
Deb, that is so cool. And I have seen some really those funky anklets that you've been making with the tassels in the center. That's a good one. You can find some more designs by Deb and video tutorials on Jessie Jim's YouTube and also on the educate portion tab, drop down, whatever it's called on these websites. But Deb, what a cool concept to use those two beads together. And the artistic wire just really pulls it together so nicely. We love 24 gauge. I'm a big fan of 22 also. Artistic wire from Beadalon is just fantastic. It makes all the beads come together.
Yes.
Right up.
It plays nicely. And I have a reel coming up, Sarah, using some of the beads that Meredith showed, an earring design. So I'm gonna hold that to the side. But those beads, Meredith, that you picked out, I jumped on those right away when I saw them. I'm like, oh my God, I have to use those. They're so cool.
The little baby octopuses, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, they're so stinking cute.
And the enameled ones, oh my Lord, they are good. Sarah, a home run on those for sure.
And it's a team effort. Magical Mystery Bead Box, like the design concepts for the boxes we have come up with ages ago. The September box just went into production, and you guys are going to like freak with September. It's so cool. But we come up with these designs, like we come up with the concept as a team, and then Stacy, who's our lead designer, she'll start pulling parts together and say like, okay, how does this go? And you'll be like, okay, that's a knockout, change nothing. And then something else will come up and be like, okay, I think maybe it needs like a little bit more layers, or do you have anything that's a style that's a little more like this or that. So we really work together and work so hard on Magical Mystery Bead Box. And it's so wonderful to know that you guys all love it so much.
Yeah, it's every month. It's so exciting to get that box. I mean, I can't wait. I literally have like practically, I have to drive to my mailbox. It's that far from me. And I like get the car on two wheels going over to the mailbox. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, you're so sweet. I love that.
It's factual.
I have a wonderful vision of Deb peeling out of her driveway, rushing down to her mailbox.
The beads flying as she rolls.
Yes.
But I think that everyone can really attest to the fact that like we live and breathe this stuff. We're constantly designing, we're constantly churning out projects, and it's so nice to get a little box of inspiration to maybe design in a way that I don't generally design with. Or what, like I was saying before, like how can I put this together so that it doesn't wiggle around? Or I just looked at, I know Danielle, you do a lot of this, but if you take, this is the perfect bead cap for making a fringe with. So put something up the middle and then do dangles all the way around on the bottom of the bead cap. These holes are really nice and big to be able to do that. So this guy is going to be reserved not necessarily for a bead to be its cap, but actually to be a dangle, either a pendant, thank you, Meredith, or a set of earrings. Although making two of something these days has been a bit of a challenge. I don't know if you guys have understand that concept at all, right? But yeah, so like I was saying, it's nice to have an opportunity to have or to bring in things from your stash that you already have from past bead boxes. What I'm trying to say is there are a lot of creative ideas that are going through my head right now that weren't there before I got the box.
Aww.
And I'm very appreciative of that. It's kind of like you, Sarah, like we're so overwhelmed with everything. It's even hard right now to get our words out.
Well, this looks really cool what you got working on here, Meredith.
I want to use this mermaid bead in a design. I'm not sure if this is going to be the final analysis of the design, but this bead is so stinking fun. It's all sequined, and it looks just like a mermaid. I feel like maybe it does need to go this way, but I'm designing with it
Oh,
this way. But now that I'm doing it like this, I feel like that might
yes.
be, I don't know. We'll have to figure
Wow.
that out. And the perfect size bead caps to go along with it too. Those are some big hunkin' bead
I
caps.
know, they're so cool.
So yeah, so this was after the little um octopuses, octopus size, the little guys, and then those enameled bell findings. This was the one that I was like, something needs to be made. This is such a stinking cool bead. I've never seen anything like it before. It's coming together over here.
Do you know what you could do, Meredith, if you turned it on its side and then you used, like, you created a little bit of a wire rod veil, you know, and then you used your other beads to be like the midway point. Yeah.
I'm gonna put him up here just because he's not gonna stay. All right, I see where you're going there, and then maybe even like a Y kind of involvement here, but
Maybe.
maybe a
Yeah,
little
that would be
chain.
really neat. Oh, I love it. So, okay, Meredith, when you're stringing, I have a question for you because Meredith is from Beadalon, as all of us know, and if you don't know, then know it now. But Meredith Roddy is an amazing designer. Beadalon is so lucky to have her, and we at Jesse James are so lucky to have you too, Meredith, to come and share your knowledge and your know-how with us, not only for this Magical Mystery Makers Live, but also at JJB Summer Camp coming up in just a few weeks. So I have a question because this is a stringing design. We typically, when Meredith comes to summer camp, she likes to show us, or we like to have her show us rather, seed bead projects. But here we've got a design that is stringing. So Meredith, what stringing wire do you prefer when you're doing your stringing?
So that is the $1 million question, right, Sarah? And
Mhm.
so because I have access to all of the stringing wire,
Yeah.
I can be very, very discerning on
Mhm.
what I use. For Jesse James beads especially, I almost always use 49 strand 024. I'm looking around. I have an 018 here at my fingertips. I don't have an 024. But what we usually always say is you want to fill up the bead holes as
Mm.
big as much as you can, because
Mhm.
that minimizes movement, it minimizes abrasion, it makes for happy jewelry that is going to last.
Good to know.
Because what ends up happening is those beads, as they move against the wire, they cut through the nylon, then they start cutting through the steel, and steel is super strong, but insides of beads can be really rough. So we would just want to minimize that, right? We want to use the best that we can. So I usually have like a ton of spools of wire around, and of course Finn is on my feet, so I don't want to move. But because if you look at the holes
Mhm.
of Jesse James beads, they are larger, which is awesome because you can use leather cord, you can use fairy
Mhm.
silk, you can use silver silk sometimes. But when you're just doing straight up stringing, you want to fill those holes as much as possible. So 49 strand or 19 strand in an 024, I'm covering up the 018. We're going to pretend that's an 024. That is what I recommend and what I use almost all of the time. If I was using, and I want to point out how much I love that you're doing strands like this now, Sarah, where you have a ton of little filler beads, but
Yes.
I like using these sometimes as the stars of the show.
Mhm.
So with this, an 024 might be a little overkill, right? It's not going to drape as much as you want it to when
That's
you have beads like this. So in that case, I would go with still a 49 strand because that's my go-to. That's our best quality
Mhm.
beading wire. And then I might choose an 015 because an 024 is probably going to be too big to comfortably go through these holes. Um, but then we get into the next level answer to your question, and I could talk for the next 10 minutes about this, so I'll end here. The challenge that you sometimes also have is you have to think, okay, here, this is a perfect example. I have this project, but I have all different size hole beads.
Mm.
So it's not necessarily that I have all different size beads, it's I have all different hole size beads.
Sure.
So you want to use the one that's going to fill your hole, the smallest holes the most.
Okay.
Um, would I not use these beads because maybe an 018 is all I could use here? It's going to depend on how heavy my necklace is. It depends on a lot of factors. Um, it depends on if you work for a company that manufactures wire.
Well, we love working with Beadalon, and I just wanted to point it out for our summer camp kit, Meredith. We did bring on 49 strand wire for it because Gem Hawks was doing this project with gemstones and they're heavy. So I was like, Gem, what do you think? She's like, we got to get the thick wire. We need that 49 strand. I'm like, all right, done. So we've got a beautiful spool of 49 strand wire. And for our campers who if you've been to summer camp or Beads and Blooms before and you've worked with 7 strand, I'll be excited to hear how you enjoy working with the 49 strand, because that's coming in the kit particularly for the really heavy gemstone beads, like a ton of agate and jasper.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the jump from 7 to 49 strand is a big one, and you can definitely tell. I'll be really curious also. I'll definitely be sure to join Jem's class. I generally do anyway. And that's one of the best parts, in my opinion, about summer camp is, for me as a beader and as a designer, I get to learn just, being here with Danielle and Deb too. I love learning from my fellow designers, and I love how generous everybody is with their knowledge and their tips and their tricks and their inspirations.
I could not echo that louder, Meredith. I'm right there with you. What's been going on with Danielle down here? I see you, Danielle. I love watching Danielle work when we do these things because I see her head down, she is in it, and I know she's always coming up with something really cool. Oh my gosh, what?
Well, Meredith's here, so I started feeling like bead weaving.
Wow.
And I was looking at beads that went with this, and then I decided I love this bead with this dangle. And so this is still coming together as something very beautiful. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do at the bottom yet. I'm still dreaming maybe some little briolettes wrapped on each of the little knitted chains. But then I was looking at the orange, and then I was looking at the tube, and I was like, oh. And that orange, the way, especially on this side, look how it pulls out.
Oh, that's delicious.
Oh my goodness. And so now this is just going to be a cascade, and it's going to have all these beauties in it, just kind of floating in all as it comes down out of the bottom. It's going to take me a while, but and it could be a one-year wonder for a while, but it's
1 year wonder. That's
it.
Wow, Danielle, that is so very cool. And how inspired to take this funky bead from the Magical Mystery Bead Box and then pull your John bead seed beads in to just whoa. And look at the 2 pieces of abalone next to each other. They're fairly similar in their patterning, but just look at what adding the orange seed beads around there does to it. That is magnificent, Danielle Wickes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm debating going next into maybe a blue. I don't know what color to go next. What do you think? I could even go into purple, like purple or pink.
Wow.
I'm really torn.
I love the orange with it so much. I don't know.
I know the orange. Maybe just bringing on this one next.
Maybe. Wow. So neat, Danielle.
That would be cool. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm even thinking maybe built into the strands coming out. How cool would this color be? I feel like they need to be together.
Yes.
So it look like kind of like a seaweed or kelp, just kind of going all crazy in there.
Do you ever feel like jewelry making, when you're making jewelry or if you're accessorizing an outfit, that it's just you're doing matchmaking?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
It's oh my gosh, they're going to be together for forever, or at least until, I take these earrings out. I don't know. I love this way, seeing how those color combinations that you just showed us, Danielle, seeing that come together.
They're your colors. I just took the inspiration right from this box. Like Meredith was saying, you open the box and suddenly you're flooded with ideas that you would have never had if you hadn't seen those together. If I hadn't seen this card, and I'm like, oh, orange, yes, I need to do something with that. And then all the beautiful colors with it. And there's the green in there. So I pulled out earlier I had some green that I was going to use. It was there's just so much. I could go on forever about it. But I was even thinking that green.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
That could be kelp or seaweed.
Totally.
I still feel like I need to go with the beige though.
Yeah, I think the beige is just
That's singing
so,
to me.
it's like luxe feeling, the beige
It is.
there.
So is. Yeah, so who knows what this will become, but I have lots of them because the box came with a whole strand of these, an entire strand. So I could make more than one version. I'm not having to dedicate to just one idea. Yeah, it'll be pretty fun. And if anyone's curious how I did this part, this was done with the beadle-on. I did use 8-pound because you want it to be pretty strong when you're going to use it as a thread bridge.
And then what's that stitch going around there?
That's brick stitch.
Oh, it's just brick stitch.
Yeah. Super easy, super fun. And now from here, I just get to pull in all kinds of other stuff, just delicate beads. Ooh, maybe even, actually, I think the perfect opportunity to bring these in.
Oh yeah, there's so many different colors there that you
It's
could
even called kelp forest. There we go. It's a sign.
like the yellow that's in there might look really cool.
Oh yeah, just look at that together. I do this for a while. I just kind of lay things out and I just see what happens.
It's wonderful to see how you
It's pretty
design
cool.
in this. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
And Deb looks like she's coming to completion on a really cool project over here.
I am. I decided on just a little cluster of beads. And so I grabbed a couple more of the tubes and a couple more of these amazing purple beads, the little kind of rounded squares. And then there's also these really cute little rondelles that were in the saltwater kisses. So that's going to be kind of the centerpiece that kind of go in the center of those two shells. And I'm just going to add a lobster claw to this. And this actually might end up being an anklet. I'm super into anklets right now. So maybe an anklet, but I'm going to see how this one shapes up. Let's see.
Anklets are like the ultimate summertime jewelry, don't you think?
Well, in Arizona, I can wear them probably about 10 months out of the year.
Like, well, no.
You are on the opposite end of that spectrum where you are, Miss Sarah James.
I am. It's still like in like the 50s at night here. Maybe we're going camping this weekend, and I'm told to bring a winter jacket. So.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't mind it at all. We live up in the mountains in Colorado in a little town called Evergreen, and down in Denver, it is like sweltering hot. And then Evergreen's always like 15 to 20 degrees cooler, particularly in the summer and in the winter. But I don't mind the cool breeze when it comes to how like steamy it is in Denver this time of year.
Yeah, I could take a little 50-degree night these days because we are officially, in the heat of summer here, and it sometimes doesn't cool much below 80 here at night. So I like a cool night, but we just really don't see much of those this time of year. It just doesn't happen.
Well, your ankle or your wrist is going to be looking really cool with this snazzy bit of arm candy, ankle candy that you just made. That looks like it might be for a wrist or like a very, very tiny ankle. That is so cute, Deb.
Yeah, I like this. This is fun. And these little tube beads are fun to work with.
Yeah, show us one more time. For anyone that's just tuning in right now, show us this cool component that you created with those tube mother of pearls from the Magical Mystery Bead Box. Oh, no, hold it up for us really quick. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So all I did was I cut off a few inches of, this is 24 gauge, but you could use 22 gauge. And I created just a little U shape at the bottom of the wire. And then I strung on a 2 bead on either side, and then I wire wrapped it and created a loop so then I could attach to the next bead. So you've got a way to connect, a bead on either side, and these move around a little bit, but I think that's kind of fun. And I'm a fidgeter, so like I can sit and fidget with this while I'm wearing it, which would be kind of fun. So super easy to make. I mean, just really super easy. Just a little bit of wire, use your round nose pliers, take your beads, slide them right on. Easy, fun little component.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Those are rocking, Deb, too. I always love to see what's on your nail. I like to see the jewelry designs that you post for Deb Loves Designs on Facebook, and your nails are always making your jewelry pieces look really good too.
Oh, thanks, Sarah. I'm into the confetti nail polish right now.
Super cute. Wow, what fun it is to be able to get together and create jewelry with our friends and just, allow each other to inspire and to teach one another.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. In great company here.
100. I couldn't agree more. Meredith is representing Beadalon. Danielle is with John Bead, and Floros with Deb Loves Jewelry Designs. And we're so blessed to be able to work with Deb on a monthly basis with jewelry tutorials that come up on the Jessie James Beads YouTube channel. If you haven't caught those, definitely worth checking them out.
Thanks, Sarah. And I have already seen the Sunshine USA. And oh my God, you guys are gonna freak out when you see this. It is so good. It's so good.
I'll say, so over at jessiejamesbeads.com right now, you can find the Magical Mystery Bead Box from the month of June. We have a few of them available at retail cost. Also, we have a special deal if you become a new subscriber, you're getting this particular box or any of the other past boxes that are still available on the site at your subscriber rate. This is everything that is in this box. My camera doesn't even fit it all into the screen, but such beautiful, fun components to be inspired and to create with. Here's those sparkling brioles. I'm not sure.
Potato.
Potato. Thank you. These are super, super sparkling beads that are within just one of the bead mixes, 3 different colors of cool tassels. This is the one with those little jellies that Meredith was saying reminds her of the little, I inked squid from beautiful, gorgeous Mariana Trench. This dark bead mix with these tubular other pearl beads that was how to bind together to make into their own unique component. If I can pick them up, that'd be cool. Along with 2 really cool bead strands, our scaly focal bead there with the big bead cap. Here's the beads that Danielle was working with, doing her brick stitch with the seed beads around them. Funky little 2mm jobbies here. There's so many of these. Look how this one just goes on and on and on. And then, of course, our enameled components. Just pulling the whole thing together. So this is the Octopus Garden. Also over at the shop right now is Greetings from Sunshine USA. That collection is it's just like, it's off the chain. It's out of this world. It's so sunny. It's like vintage and really cool. And then, of course, in addition to that, there's Jesse James Bead's summer camp, where Danielle, Meredith, and Deb, along with Jem Hawks and Andrea Bieber and Rachel Malice and Nile Patel and Jennifer Miller and Brittany Chavers will all be teaching at this summer. We kick off on July 29th. We've got 5 days of classes, but we're recording everything, and we're sending everyone who attends, everyone who purchases a summer camp kit is also going to be getting access to our Google Drive that will have all the classes pre-recorded and saved. So if you can't make a class, like, we get it. It's summertime. It's fun to attend them live, but if you can't, we'll have the classes recorded for you to watch whenever you so please. And of course, we'll have our summer camp group online with all kinds of like fun happenings, like our cabin wars and merit patches for completion of the classes that you attend, amongst other really cool things that we're doing. So that is upcoming, and all the information for Camp Magical Mystery Bead Box and the brand new collection that's just dropped is over at jessiejamesbeads.com. And I hope you guys will go and check it out, and leave us a comment, let us know what you think.
I cannot wait to see the project, Sarah. I'm so excited.
Yep.
I can't wait to see Deb's project.
I can't wait to see it either.
I know, it's gonna be so cool because the components are awesome, and me and Deb chose them ourselves.
Yeah,
sometimes late at night, picking out like, oh, do you like this one or this one? Oh gosh.
Right. Yeah, because I'll get messages from my team overseas at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, 10 midnight sometimes, depends. It's like, oh, hey Deb, and I just expect Deb to reply to me in the morning, but she's just like Johnny on the spot, gives me an answer right away.
That happened to be a night that I couldn't sleep. I'm like, oh, this is great. I have something to think about, something to do.
Do you ever go to sleep at night and just like dream of beads? Because that's been like my past too. I've had like beads in the brain.
Yes.
Always.
Well, when you live and breathe this stuff, it's hard not to have it permeate your subconscious.
Amen, sister. I totally
So
get it.
true.
Yes.
Deb, I'm gonna take one more quick peek down here at your mat, and then we'll say au revoir to each other. What's good? What's Deb cooking up here?
So I'm out of tubes, but just showing folks what they could do is they could also create an earring with that little component and just add a little dangly do, Meredith, to the end of that. And then I started to like think about what could I do with these little bead caps that look, I don't know, like creatures. And I just, I'm adding a bead and some beads at the end. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm just playing around and this looks fun. So
those little bead caps really want a little dab of glue and a crystal in them.
Yes. 100%.
That's what those bead caps need. They have just a little, they have a little cup there and just a little teeny tiny dab of glue and a crystal, either a pointy back or a flat back. That will really give those guys some va-va-voom.
They look like some crystallized head pins that we have coming for the August Magical Mystery Bead Box actual.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Oh my. Oh my.
Everything's coming. Oh, that's great. Well, Deb, you'll have to finish up your magical, your underwater creature and post a picture of him to Secret Stash Group. Would you be able to do that for us later?
I absolutely will. I will.
I'll get some photos taken also of the earrings that I made, Sarah, tomorrow, and I'll get those posted too.
This has been great fun. Such cool projects and inspiration, everyone. I love this. We
could just sit here all day and do this, couldn't we?
That's like, I'm still going, guys. Come on. But that, you know how that like makes how that feels for like this girl right here. Like wow, we came up with this box, and this is like one of my like most inspiring designers, Deb Floros, just like can't stop making it. It's so much fun. She's having a great time.
Keep going. Keep going.
Well, I have had a really, really wonderful day with you girls today. Again, from all of us at Jesse James Beads, we're so grateful to be able to work with you. Like not only with just you sharing your ideas and inspiration, but just being such a wonderful friend to the Jesse James Beads community.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
If you guys are enjoying this Facebook Live, I hope that you will go and check out Meredith Roddy on Beadalon. She's live every Thursday at what time?
2 p.m. I am currently on Facebook Live hiatus, but we will be back in a few weeks.
Okay, got it. Well, you can always find Beadalon over on YouTube to watch their replays or over on Facebook. Danielle is a representative of John Bead, and she's got wonderful projects and tutorials. Danielle, where can we find more tutorials from you?
I actually just started something new that I'm excited about.
Okay.
I have a new thing I'm doing called Seed Bead Saturday.
Oh.
And that's just over on my YouTube channel. The best way to find it is just to go to daniellewickesjewelry.com.
Mm-hmm.
And if you click on the calendar, it'll have links to all of my upcoming lives right there at the top. It's like the top link.
You can't miss it. All right. DanielleWickesJewelry.com.
Thank you. Yeah.
And Deb Floros, you can find presenting amazing jewelry designs over at jessejamesbeads.com under the education tab there. But aside from Jesse James Beads, Deb, where can we find some cool projects and inspiration from you?
Well, I'm on TikTok and Instagram as Deb Loves Designs. I'm on Facebook as Deb Loves Jewelry Designs, and I'm on YouTube as Deb Loves Jewelry, and Loves is always spelled L-U-V-S.
And we love Deb's jewelry design. Always. Well, this has been an amazing Magical Mystery Makers live session. Guys, we do these every single month. The designers, our makers that we have live are always changing. They're always amazing. This month, this particular day, this past hour has been such a treat to be able to hang out with 3 designers that I am so like endeared with, and also cannot wait to be hanging out with the 3 of you again in just a little bit over a month for JJB Summer Camp. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Nice to
Sarah.
meet you.
Thank you.
Sarah.
I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll be talking soon.
Bye, ladies.
Bye, everyone. Happy making. Have a great day.